Hey guys, welcome back to Chris's Stump Grinding. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about pitfalls of stump grinding and tree work. If you're a new guy to this business and you're starting out, the biggest factor I would look for if I'm starting out is to stay out of debt if possible. If you can stay out of debt, your business will go a lot further down the road and you won't have as near as much headaches as other people will. The times I've seen people get into big time trouble was when they went into credit card debt and they went borrowing a tremendous amount of money to fund a business that they had no idea it was going to work. But if the debt would kill you. If you're a new guy, I would start out small. I would literally, I wouldn't go balls to the wall and get a lot of debt and rack it up. I wouldn't go get the big machine, and then I wouldn't go get the big truck that pulls the machine and have people thinking that I had it going on when all it takes is gas prices to go up a little bit and the phone quits ringing, and then you got to sell your machine because you ain't got to because you ain't got the work and the payments are still coming in, and you start having to sell your boat. You have to start selling you some chainsaws. You have to start selling some of this to come up with some money. As you go along, you need to save up. It's called saving for a rainy day. If you put up for that rainy day, you'll be all right. You just have to watch out for the little bit of the pitfalls. If you can handle that, you'll do very well. You'll prosper. I know you will. I know for a fact you'll prosper. And then invest as you go along. If you invest a little bit every day, every job you get, you put a little bit back, you will prosper. Hands down, you will prosper. So I tell you that because I believe you can do it. I got started doing it, and I would just save up and pay cash as I go along. But if you get into using a credit card or any kind of borrowing, it slows you down. I mean, it'll slow you down like crazy. I mean, because you're sending all your money out to pay, for things. You're paying the guy the financing guy. You're paying the credit cards. If you put it on at the end of the month, you're paying everybody else but yourself. And in this business, you want to make the money. I mean, that's why you're into doing it, or any business. You want to make the money, and it's crazy to have it send out to other people and make other people well off when it's your money and you worked hard and all they did was lend you the money. If I'm new to it, I would take it slow and steady. I'd start off with a small machine, and I would just gradually save up. If you got a $5,000 machine, I'd work and save $5,000. So now you got $10,000. You got your machine and that one, and then you can move up to a $10,000. Or say you saved up for 2 years, you can move up to a $30,000 machine, and then that's more productive. Then as you go on, it's like a snowball. You're building it up as you go, and but you ain't doing it with debt. You're paying as you go. And if say something happens, you're all right. It don't eat anything. It's like this machine. It could sit here for months and it wouldn't hurt me because it's paid for. It's not eating anything, and it just sits. It could sit here. But as soon as it rolls out this door and I put some fuel in it, oh man, it's ready to go. And I ain't got to answer nobody or anything. I ain't got a payment rolling in. I ain't got nothing due on it. And I've had this machine since, I bought it with 700 hours on it, this skid steer. And the guy used it, he used it for putting out hay out in his fields. He was an old farmer guy or whatever. So he didn't hardly use it at all. And I've put it through the ringer, buddy, since I've had it. But it's well paid for itself. I mean, I gave like 18, 20,000, something like that for it. And I've made my money back 20 times on that, you know. But it's all how you manage it. If you're starting out, I would, you know, I'd watch out for it. And then the other thing is, you know, labor is another thing. It's a pitfall. If you don't watch that, if you're getting to pay people too much money, you won't never come out on that, because you have to keep bidding the jobs up higher and higher to keep your, you know, your labor and everything. So it's a, you know, it's a balancing act. But if I was new to the game, that's what I would suggest doing is, you know, living off less you can, living below your means for a while, and let it build up. If you can do that, you'll be very, very successful in life, and you'll be, especially in business, you'll do very well. It may take a little bit, but it will compound into something big. You know, it's offered, I tell you what, it offered, doing it that way, I got to call the shots. And I got to do whatever I wanted to every day. I get to do whatever I want to. But if I hadn't did it my way, and I went and did like everybody else and went and bought a big house, you know, brand new 2 cars, if I did it that way, my wife would have never got to stay home. She got to stay home for 13 years. I would have never got to invest any money in the stock market, because I was making everybody else rich. I was making you know, I'd be making the guy at the dealership rich. I'd be making the loan for the house, making that guy rich, you know, because I get to pay him all that interest. And I would be the one doing all the work, and they just loaning the money, you know. I mean, it'd be crazy, you know. And you don't get nothing for it. Let me tell you, I always thought it was funny that you take out a mortgage for 30 years and you pay 3 times what the house is worth because of the interest. I thought that was crazy. I mean, they said, well, you know, that's a great deal. You know, I mean, take out a mortgage for 30 years and pay 7.5%. I mean, you know, you're going to come out ahead that way. But you look at an amortization schedule on your house payment and mark it out for 30 years compared to what if you paid it off at 15 years. Look at the difference in savings that you would make. Right now is the biggest time to do it. Right now, they're fixing to raise interest rates on the housing. You know, this week, the Federal Reserve is raising the rates every quarter. I mean, every month they're going to raise it 1/4 point, raise it up. So when what's happening on that, that means when you go get a loan, you're going to pay more money for a loan, for a house. They're trying to slow down the economy a little bit. You know, I don't know all the facts on that to the T, but you know, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get everybody where they going back to work and for sure. You know, they're trying to make them hunt up a job, I guess, because there's a lot of people not hunting a job. It's empty out there right now. So, but if I was in that boat, that's what I would do. I would highly suggest, you know, working it out, staying out of debt, pay as you go. If you do that, you'll prosper so much better. Your marriage will be better. Your kids will be happier, because there won't be no stress on you and you pushing it down their throat. Your wife, same way with her. All around it works out, you know. I started in 2002 I started investing and got a job, a nice job, paying job. And then in 2005, I started doing stump grinding part-time, and then it just led into one thing led into another. And it's been the best, it has been the best decision I would say I ever did, other than investing and marrying my wife. I mean, you know, bless her heart, she felt sorry for me, I guess, and married me. I don't know, but it's been a hell of a ride. And I've been told everything, all through it, I've been told you can't do this, and you can't do that, and you can't do this, and you can't do that, you know. And you can't, you know. I was told you can't pay your house off by the time you're 30. Did that. I was told you can't get a good job at this certain company. Oh, I got that job. I was told that I couldn't have kids. I got 3 kids. I was told that you couldn't retire probably at the age of 40, you know, and become a millionaire. I mean, I've been told all this crap, man. I mean, you know, and life ain't hard. There's a couple of steps that if you'll just apply them as you go along, and just, you know, take it easy, you'll be good to go. It's not hard. And staying out of debt is one of the biggest deals. If you want to prosper long term, you know, it's hard to do it in the first half. In the first, I'd say 5 to 10 years of you starting out, I say it's pretty tough. But after you snowball, gets to going a little bit, and you stay out of debt, and you start accumulating, you know, and you're paying as you go, it comes a little faster. You can see the daylight at the end of the road, you know, or the train track or whatever, you know, the train coming. You can see it. You can see all the way up the end of the road. It takes a little while. It's not easy. It's hard. I mean, I ain't gonna say it's easy and everybody can do it, you know, like to the T, you know, but if you're willing to do it and you're a young person and you're willing to hang in there and do it, you can. Hey guys, if you like the videos, hit the like button and the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.